This is Leif, the emblem of genealogy. He is the 6th emblem whose primary roles are being a boss gimmick and getting you killed. You can use Leif from chapter 9 through 10 and from 18 through endgame, so he is effectively an endgame emblem. His passive stat bonuses are HP, build, and defense, which are unimpressive and unfortunately his best asset. Leif's engage attack is Quadruple Strike, a 4-hit attack that is temporarily useful, but by the endgame tends to do 0 damage 4 times. And this is because the skill uses Leif's engage weapons, which all have low might. There are some skill interactions that can make Quadruple Strike more usable, but they're not really worth the trouble. Leif's engage skill is adaptable, which allows Leif to automatically change your character's weapon on enemy phase and counterattack with the best one available. However, the skill's choice of best weapon is more on par to how the Canadian healthcare system has recommended that patients with minor problems seek assisted suicide. It tends to prioritize weapon triangle advantage over most criteria, so it's not unlikely that you might swap to Leif's spawn level 10, 16 weight Master Lance, which will inevitably weigh you down, reducing your speed to the point where you get doubled and killed. There are some other selection criteria, but they're complicated, so I don't care. It's easier to just avoid using adaptable, which either means not engaging with Leif or not ranking up his bond level, so you don't have his engage weapons as an option. There are some niche builds that can take advantage of adaptable, but much like polishing a turd, it's not really worth it. Now let's talk about his sync skills. Arm Shield gives your unit damage reduction while having weapon triangle advantage, and while it's cheap, the effect is too low impact and too conditional to be of any use. Vantage is one of Leif's only redeeming qualities, and it can be very useful when paired with various overwhelming offensive combos such as 100% crit builds. Now his inheritable skills. Build plus 3 through 5 can be useful, but it is strictly worse than the equivalent speed skills in almost every way as they have the same SP cost. The only possible reason to ever inherit plus build is if you're also inheriting plus speed at the same time, or if you somehow cannot afford the minuscule bond fragment cost of getting plus speed over plus build. Knife precision 1 through 5 can potentially be useful for dagger dodge tanks as it's cheap, but it's pretty niche. And finally, his engage weapons. The Killer Axe is not very good, it has low might and bad accuracy, and the Master Lance is a 1-2 range Brave Lance when initiating, but has 16 weight and horrible accuracy, which makes it unusable, and more likely just gets you killed on enemy phase when adaptable switches to it. And the Light Brand is probably okay if you're already a magical unit. It's a stronger Levin sword, but if you're a physical unit, it is also a liability, especially if adaptable is in play. For these reasons, Leif's Paralog is not really worth doing, because in most circumstances, leveling up his bond level can actually be a mistake, because adaptable can make your character worse. Overall, Leif is an emblem. I think his best role is probably to grant unit extra HP and build, but to do nothing else with him. Leif is unique in that he is an active hindrance to your character, if you're not careful, with limited rewards for playing around it. I give Leif a what the fuck out of 10. That's it, bye.